until I broke the rules, my life destroyed. A life destroyed. Until I walk awake, scream my mind, I shout, the ground shakes. How much can I take? My mind will break. Will it break? Can I take? Can I be your superhero? Superhero. Can I be your superhero? Superhero. 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 Fly away. It's the first time of today. Today. To dream, believe. You are the strength, you're all I need. Need. Oh, gonna give it a shot. Only one of me to shield you all from the enemy. You're a superhero. You're a superhero. Can I be your superhero? Superhero. 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 Can I be your superhero? Like you, be strong to hold the powers of the sun. To dream, believe in strength. Now I'm the only one. Only one. I was an ordinary boy until I broke the rules, my life destroyed. A life destroyed. Until I walk awake, scream my mind, I shout, the ground shakes. How much can I take? My mind will break. Will it break? Can I take? the sun. To dream, believe in strength. Now I'm the only one, only one. I was an ordinary boy until I broke the rules. My life destroyed, life destroyed. Until I walk awake, scream my mind, I shout, the ground shakes. How much can I take? My mind will break. Will it break? Can I take? Can I be your superhero? Superhero. Can I be your superhero? Superhero. 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 Fly away. It's the first time of today. Today. To dream, believe. You are the strength, you're all I need. Need.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everybody out there. Jason here at Signature eSports, and a pleasure just to have your live at a charge. A little countdown to green here for the WBD Diecast Truck Series, presented by SIM500 or powered by SIM500 eSports. So we want to make sure that you get it done, folks. If you haven't done so, we are live on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Check it out. Find your favorite platform. Get out there and give this dang old stream a big old like for me, if you don't mind. Drivers working through qualifying right now as Chicagoland gets up and away. I guess that's the best way to put it. Week 17 here for the WBD Diecast Truck Series. WBD Diecast Customs gives you a good look at custom diecasts out there, and you can check him out on social media. You can also check the links in the description. Give him some love, give him some support, and know that this racetrack is about to get busy. 110 laps tonight, 4 sets of tires, 100% fuel, no fast repair, 113 on the track temperature here at race time, 86 degrees on the air temperature, 50% humidity, clear skies with a 4-mile-an-hour wind. It's going to be busy. Gonna be busy, folks. Busy. And busy by meaning it's gonna be legendary. That's the way I see it. NASCAR Truck Series action here on iRacing gives us Bentley Glazer as your pole sitter tonight. JP Phillips, your outside pole sitter. Nelson Rivera, Brian Mackel, they're going to make up row number 2. Mark Jorgensen Jr. and Troy Height and Roy, row number 3. Stephen Harlow is going to be out there with Ty Bass in row number 4. Row 5 will be Logan Kogar and Justin Fuller, Tommy Ryan, Tyler Dalton there in row number 6. Row 7 is going to be Wesley Donaldson and Nick Silver, Chad Coleman, EJ O'Rourke to make up row number 8. Charles Woods, Robert Fryery the third there in row number 9. Callan Tony's going to be out there with Glenn Campbell in row 10. Row 11 is going to be Rick Swavely and Brian Now. Excuse me. Bobby Wessel, Joe Hudson at row 12. Row 13 will be Jeff Bryan, Joe Chatino. Montesi is going to be out there with Kevin Stone at row 14. Brandon Garand, Ron Holyfield, row 15, as drivers look to shake and bake from the back to the front. David Schildhouse is going to be back there as well with Randy Yoakum. Doug Sigmund, Brian Wortman in row 17. Mark Schrader, your final driver. 35 drivers tonight. It's going to be an absolute blast. Chicagoland Speedway coming back to the NASCAR circuit in 2026. It is a Joliet, Illinois track, and pretty happy to see it. Getting some love and attention. That's the way I see it. We do have a driver cam tonight. It is Mr. Rick Swavely, the man, the myth, the legend. He absolutely gets out there and throws down. I thank him for running our driver cam tonight. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and this will be the last time we have driver cams up for the month of October, and then we'll work on over to Men's Health in the month of November, of course, as well. And we appreciate it. It's been a great month. We've been able to raise a lot of awareness for breast cancer awareness, and we love seeing it. And I love seeing what the drivers can do. Rich is starting back here in 21st in his wonderful truck. Running the old 32. I think he's got a new paint scheme going on. Mr. Van Ness, thank you for the like. Got the old heavies on board. We appreciate him, so thank him very much. Thank you all very much for being out there. If you haven't done so, again, reach up at that like button, just like Mr. Rob Van Ness did, and give us some love. 110 laps tonight on a track that is going to be multi-groove. You're going to see drivers trying to defend the race line. The trucks, we watched Auto Club last night. This racetrack is a small version of that racetrack. It runs bottom lane a lot, and if you could play a defensive line, that outside lane is going to come in handy. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good to see. Budgie says, "Have a good race to everybody out there." Much love to you, dear. I appreciate you for being out there. Thank you to everybody watching out there everywhere. Got a small week of broadcast this week, just because it's kind of the off season. People are taking Halloween off as well, and we like to see it. We like to see people take some time off every once in a while. The drivers need a break. They race a lot. I know, because I call a lot of races, and they have a dang old good time. Let's see. Looking for comments. Making sure we're good to go. So yeah. We're going to get back to full streaming form as of tomorrow. So if you are out there, make sure you follow us on Twitch, twitch.tv/Signature Esports. You're going to see some changes for me. SIM500, give us some love. Appreciate you, sir. Make sure you get out there and join sim500.com if you want to be a part of any one of these series. It's a magnificent way to get out there and support not only the leagues, but also just everybody that takes the time to put sim racing leagues together. Joey's been phenomenal at making sure that this series has continued, and you got to thank all the admins that make it possible. Of course, Wesley Donaldson with WBD Diecast Customs for putting up and letting everything roll. SIM500 is going to come back to us again next year in 2026. We like seeing everybody. We've already booked out on Mondays and Wednesdays through pretty much. We're pretty close to the entirety of the. Pretty much the entirety of at least the front half. On Mondays, it'll be booked all the way through November of next year. But Wednesdays all the way up until June or July. It's gonna be insane. I like seeing leagues continue. It's racing is everything. But hey, how about it? Let's do the thing. We're going green. On board, EJ O'Rourke has drivers get up and running. 2 laps complete so far. Again, I talk about that outside lane being magnificent. Well, that's a way these drivers are going to be running. We're seeing 2 and 3 wide across the racing line. Ryan Macklin up a couple spots. Bentley Glazer is going to try to follow the line right here. Seeing that outside lane be prevalent. One of the things about this racetrack is you're going to see a lot of the drivers try to manage and save tires early. 22 on the outsides, Nelson Rivera. JP Phillips, now the race leader, started outside pole, has gotten himself out there and is now trying to stretch the tires. Justin Fuller has a lot on this racing surface. Off 12 from the start of the race. Good to see him save some tires. He's got a new paint scheme, new livery on this week, and we like seeing things that are new. Put a little Toys for Tots on board. Units 5-1. We got a Toys for Tots this Sunday, our first of 5 Toys for Tots races. If you want to be a part of that, you got to join our Discord. And if you get out there and you take part of that, it's going to be a ton of fun. Have a chance to win some money, and then on top of that, you have a chance to help out Toys for Tots in our toy drive we do every year. 5 of 110 being completed. No stages here tonight as drivers work. Justin Fuller to David Schildhouse. Points deficit as they run right behind each other. It is going to be 63 points. Fuller trying to get that regular season championship. Just trying to keep himself nice and calm. Calm throughout because, man, oh man, he's been on a great run so far. Has 6 wins in the series. David Schildhouse has a win as well. Tyler Dalton has a win. He's at 6th of the point standings. 2 wins for Brian Macklin, who's sits 7th of the point standings. Wesley Donaldson has a win as well. Stephen Miles has 2 wins, one early. So we're going to see if Stephen can manage the truck and put himself in a good contention. Stephen Miles actually see him into the race today, so he might have had to take a provisional. JP Phillips, 4/10 of a second to Nelson Rivera, who was able to utilize the outside lane early. He's run second lane on the bottom side. Brian Macklin off the spot. Jorgensen Jr. until the 30. Sees the 36 just behind. Stephen Harlow up a spot to him. Maximum effort, folks. Maximum effort. Budgie, tell me if the audio has any problems. I want to make sure that I had to change some microphone settings. Excuse me. And I had to I had to replace the boom arm on the. I mean, you use one for 6 or 7 years, and it has a tendency to just go to the wayside. So you got to make sure you take care of your equipment out there. But that's kind of the way it is. JP Phillips being tracked down by Nelson Rivera. The draft is strong with this one. 22 to the back bumper to the 34. Bottom line for the 34. 22 on the outside lane. Drops in by, runs into the draft. 88 has gotten around Brian Macklin. Cal Tony up 5 spots. He's got a good run. Developing a race line for everybody. Charles Woods and the 98 right behind Glenn Campbell. Nelson Rivera on the curve back straightaway. One of the things I like about Chicagoland is that back straightaway, it might look straight from overhead, but it is as the drivers are running down it, but it is not. It is anything from it. It is a curved back straightaway. So, when it comes to how drivers try to carry speed and momentum, you'll see a lot of drivers who run the outside lane, like the 22 right here. They're going to run close to the wall, even on corner X at 22. Will run up next to it and try to follow the race line around. JP Phillips holds on to second, slides up in front of Jorgensen Jr. Jorgensen to the bottom side. Got to make it happen. Nelson Rivera makes the pass for the lead. And we're going places. 11 laps complete. So far, so good. 2 lead changes out of this one. We've had Worship pole sitter Bentley Glazer, who is back here running about 5th. Managing and trying to save, just backing up the corner, doing what he needs to do. Nelson Rivera out front. Nelson started 3rd tonight and has worked his way right where he needs to be. How about Jorgensen Jr. started 5th, runs the bottom side. JP Phillips there in tow, try to keep it close. Bentley Glazer in 4th. Brian Macklin in 4th, Bentley Glazer in 5th. See Stephen Harlow, Ty Bass right there as well. That Toyota 37. Working the corner, 12 of 110. 99 to the bottom side. Tommy Ryan, full sense and held down, trying to make something happen. Tommy driving to the Northern Tool and Equipment. 46 on the outside lane. Height working. Oh, Rich had an issue. He had an issue that put him leaving pit road here, so I'm not quite sure what happened. It was on lap 7 where he had to jump to pit road. I wonder if he had a connection issue. You check his driver cam, a double check. Yeah, his driver cam even dropped out, so hopefully he is good to go. I hate if the driver cam did anything to make that happen. So, if it did happen, apologies. Rick, man, computer had hard started. Great way to try and make the playoffs, brother. That's what happened. Dang, yeah, I missed it. Much love, Budgie. I appreciate you. I missed that comment. See, Rick, man, told me about it. Hard restart. Sometimes we just don't like the hardware. Sometimes the hardware and the software have issues. And we hate to see it. Jorgensen Jr. to the inside of J.P. Phillips. Jorgensen trying to take that spot away. Back through the field. Calantoni up 5. Good to see the Talcon Giants 84 out there running. Bud Schildhouse up 14. Started 31st tonight. Justin Fuller off 8. Running right behind the 20. Jeff Ryan. Seeing those two side by side. A little wiggle out of the 20 there. The trucks seem to be got it freed up here. 16 laps complete. This next time by Nelson Rivera, your race leader. A 10th and a half the gap. Mark Jorgensen Jr. to the bottom side. 22 slideways out of the corner. Going to have the 88 with a run to the inside. Down to the bottom they go. 88 now into the corner. Jorgensen Jr. sits 12th to the point standing. Still looking for his first win of the season. Has 6 top 5s and 6 top 10s. I sat on the pole 5 different times. I believe that is the most among active drivers in the series. Is still looking for a massive set of good fortune here. Jorgensen Jr. to J.P. Phillips. They're checking on Bentley Glazer. Has the 37 on the outside, 36 on the inside. Managing the truck. Again, starting on pole, running a fast lap. Now has to just try to manage the truck. 18 of 110. This is a racetrack where tires will matter. 99 to the outside. Back there, you see Robert Fryery in the 3rd. Rolling 4. Chad Coleman has Nick Silver just ahead. Nick Silver running hard to the back bumper of Logan Kogar. Kogar, the HendricksCar.com racing machine. Nick Silver just behind him. Carry the I tell you what, these trucks just look so sideways out of the corner. Jorgensen takes over the lead as Nelson Rivera drops back to 3rd. Jorgensen up 4, trying to work the corner. Phillips keeps himself in 2nd. Jorgensen Jr. up and out on the race line. Run a natural race line in the draft, ever so prevalent here as everybody continues to work. It continues to throw no shade at the race line. 88 to the outside. 34 trying to work the side draft up near the wall. Jorgensen Jr., J.P. Phillips. Jorgensen will run down 2nd lane. J.P. Phillips trying to side draft his way forward. Jorgensen's going to be able to throw out here. Up and down. Jorgensen edging here. Just clear by half a truck length there. 88 bottom side, dirty air on the nose of the 34. 34 looking for a run. 22 up and out. 88 giving it close to the wall. And a good defensive line. 6 to the back bumper of the 30 here. Brian Macklin, Stephen Harlow still carrying momentum. Bentley Glazer with a lot of drivers that do focus on that race line. Running in the draft, and Glazer going back another spot here, but he'll sit in 8th as they run. Troy Height right behind him off 3 from the start of the race. Kogar off a spot. Was saved early in the in the race here. 46. Oh, coming out a little bit of freeness out of the corner, but he's good. Holds on to it. Those drivers look like they're sideways. Chad Coleman. He's got a spot to move. Kogar and Nick Silver side by side. 80. Free off corner a little bit. Goes all the way to the bottom of the apron. And here comes Rick Slavely. Looking to get a lap or so back. 5 laps down. To try to drive his way forward. Going to work on finding that position. And right now, 88 to the 34. 22 there in tow. 23 of 110. Comfortable race line so far. 88, second lane up. 34 is going to have a run here. Up and out of the corner. Trying to pull the draft of the 88 of Mark Jorgensen Jr. Clean air is important. Running the race line as you see it as such. Crazy to look at. Harlow to the outside of Tommy Ryan, who's up 5. Tommy Ryan on the back bumper. Going to make up some ground here in any one of these corners. Harlow, defensive line on the outside. Harlow with a good run just ahead. This is Tommy Ryan on board the 99. Drivers have stretched themselves. A lot of work to be done. E.J. O'Rourke. Right behind the 44 is Glenn Campbell. We'll look to the inside. Campbell up near the wall. Jorgensen Jr., J.P. Phillips going at it up there. Schildhouse, Fuller marching their way through the field. They've saved a lot of tire, 26 of 110. They just kind of backed off and now try to work their way forward. Similarly with a lot of the drivers that we're seeing here. Jorgensen, J.P. Phillips being pulled backwards here. Back up, battle for the lead. Oh, Tommy Ryan, Stephen Harlow. 3 wide now. Rick Swanley able to work around. Jorgensen Jr. back up on the outside. J.P. Phillips continuing to try to find that forward momentum to get around Mark Jorgensen Jr. A 10.5 now, 33-second laps. Chad Coleman, 32.88 last time by, 32.99. We've got faster drivers going to march their way forward. One of those drivers right there in the 20 does see the 5-1 behind him of Justin Fuller. These drivers on about 2/10 of a second a lap faster. And it goes and changes every single time. The 88 and the 34 run neck and neck. Now, last time by, 32.91, 32.87, 32.94. Tommy Ryan running a 32.91, so the 99's been able to get around. Ty Bass working, Harlow up on the outside lane. Ryan Macklin going places, trying to work his way back forward. Bentley Glazer, who has saved a ton of tire as the race leader, as the pole sitter. Drop back, let him go at it now, trying to work his way back forward, right to the back bumper to the 30. 6 clears the 30. 36 will look probably to the inside here. We'll see if he's going to run that lane. He's going to run the outside lane. 5-0 up there. 36 corner exit. 50 a little sideways. A lot of room for the 36 there. Is back to 9th again. Chad Coleman working. Justin Fuller trying to slide the inside lane on the 20. 20's going to have a run back here. Calatoni up there as well. Schildhouse up 16. Having to march his way back forward. The 84 there as well. Robert Fryery the third. Up a spot. Wesley Donaldson off 8 spots here early, just working. That's what he's trying to do. Jeff Ryan just ahead of him. Glenn Campbell there as well. Argentina back here in that 14 has Bobby Wetzel up on the outside. Brian Paddown on the 21. Having a matter-of-fact kind of day. You can see when the drivers go to turn into the corner, it's like a sharp turn. The front of the nose wiggles out. Right now, 14. And now, little tap on the wall there. 9 working his way there as well. 14 out of the corner. A good race line. Charles Woods back here as well. Kevin Stone on the 17. There's a good look behind him. About a second in the corner. Back to Randy Yoakum and Mike Montesi. Brandon Garand, he's going to be back there as well. We'll take a look at the 5 truck as he has the Barstool Sports Lucy Racing machine. Mike Montesi in the train service, number 4. Everybody holding on. JP Phillips is taking over the lead, and the pass for the lead. Happened a little while ago. Here's where that happened on lap 28. Just gets to the inside, able to side draft a little bit here. And as he did, he was able to roll. When he made that pass, he did not look back. Nope. He's good. Watch the inside. Watch it right here. Yep. Rolls high. Made it happen. All right, drivers going at it. 88 back to the inside. You see Wesley Donaldson, Mike Montesi coming up pit road. Rick Swaveley got his lap back. He drove all the way forward, said, hey, I've got places to go. Going to be drivers are going to be trying to split this into thirds. The things that we've seen in the past when it comes to this run 110 laps here. 34 laps would put them splitting the next run in half. The tires are huge. Wesley Donaldson will be leaving pit road. He's going to go a lap down. But they've got tires to use, and if it runs green, this is going to be a interesting strategy choice to make it a 2 pit stop race. Driver should be able to run a shorter 2 pit stop race. Apologies about that. This is a 1.5 mile racing surface. They should have 48 to 54 laps, maybe 55 laps of fuel. Oh, baby, somebody on the bottom. Drivers coming to pit road, so we're going to see drivers hit it now. So it just kind of depends on the race line. I've seen drivers on this racing surface, including yours truly, that's ran lap times in succession, and not just lap times, but the racing surface changes over the course of the racetrack. But being able to clutch in and save some tires, save some fuel, and work your way forward. How about Tyler Dalton? Just ahead of the 20. The 19 up 4. Fuller's up 3 now as he goes from the back to the front. And drivers change some things. Brandon Garand coming to pit road. Brian Macklin leaving pit road. It's going to be a lap down. 31's going to be up in the middle of the mix, right there in the back part of that race line. Charles Woods. We'll see him to the inside. 21 on the outside, 98 there as well. Brandon Garand beyond pit road. We'll see the 6 of Stephen Harlow coming to pit road as well. I think tire strategy is going to play a key here. 34 to the 88. Tommy Ryan in third. Nelson Rivera in fourth. Bass. We'll see Chad Coleman going side by side with Justin Fuller. Fuller 32.84. Still able to run those 32.8s. Doing so and being able to still turn the corner. That's pretty huge. Bentley Glazer, your pole sitter, still behind the 19. Managing what he has. He's going to be able to turn the corner late if he needs to. E.J. O'Rourke up 5 behind him at 11th. Logan Pilgar is going to be off 3. Starting at 9th and 12th right now. He is trying to run that third lane. Has the 46 there. The 2 of Robert Friery, the third. We'll see Brian Macklin there on the inside. This is where the new tires are going to play dividends. Calatoni to pit road. So far, so good. J.P. Phillips, Mark Jorgensen Jr., 40 of 110. Bentley Glazer coming to pit road. Going pit box for the 40. You're going to get down to pit road speed limit, which is balmy 55 miles an hour. Maybe 55 miles an hour. I think it might be 60 miles an hour because I'm seeing drivers run 60 on pit road. Did that change? It might have. Rivera coming to pit road. Coleman, Tyler Dalton, EJ O'Rourke, Troy Height coming to pit road. Pit road is 45 miles an hour, but that's not what I was seeing. 72 kilometers per hour. Yeah, that's weird. All right, see drivers leave pit road here. Tyler Dalton able to leave out ahead. There's Nelson Rivera working. Wesley Donaldson in 22nd here. The first driver to take tires. Kevin Stone, Brian Padal, Glenn Campbell, Robert Fryery the third. J.P. Phillips and Mark Jorgensen Jr. in 10th and a half, still with each other here. Tommy Ryan, third spot gained by that driver. He's up 8 in third. 25 spots gained for Schildhouse. But he's yet to come to pit road. We're seeing drivers split this thing in thirds. Not a bad idea if they could run it all the way. It'd be even more interesting. 110 laps around the 1.5 miler. J.P. Phillips, Jorgensen Jr. Neck and neck. Tommy Ryan, Bass, Justin Fuller back there as well. Fuller still looking to come to pit road at some point. Kogar managing where the 6 is. The 6 came to pit road. A lot of drivers splitting this race up into different sections. It's going to be about who's going to be able to do what. EJ O'Rourke, fastest lap of the race, 31:02. Now, if the fuel strategy hasn't changed, it's the mile-and-a-half racing surface, 48 to 50 laps is going to be about it. If you see drivers start dipping off before 45, they're trying to split this thing into 2 because 45 will keep a 20-lap run at the end, which will make that 20-lap sprint. Argentina coming to pit road. Going to be leaving. Ron Holyfield, he came to pit road. He got a black flag. I think it was too fast entering, so he's going to be held. Schrader a lap down. Calatoni's lap 2 laps down. Rick Swamley 4 laps down. Rich came in on 7. Now, as he has gotten his lap back, he's in danger of going another lap down. J.P. Phillips, 46 of 110. 5 Bass, Justin Fuller, David Schildhouse. All on pit road. Kogar's on pit road as well. J.P. Phillips, Mark Jorgensen Jr. We'll see if the new tires are going to be swallowed up here. 91 there with the double crossover. Gives a 2-for-1. Gets back on the lead lap. They'll be trying to track down that 32 right ahead of him. 91 ahead, 34-88. 47 of 110. If it runs like a dream. Bass coming off pit road. Kogar into pit road is leaving now. Katina coming back. Get a black flag, so I think it might have been something to do with pit road. I don't know if it was pit road exit or whatever it is. It's a shame because he was having a clean race, having a dually clean race going on there. 99 coming off pit road. Doug Sigmund is coming in. As 4 drivers still managing. Jorgensen Jr. to J.P. Phillips right behind the 32. Jorgensen takes back over the lead. And we'll see if these drivers debate about coming to pit road. Jeff Ryan up 22. Is rolling forward. So Jorgensen, J.P. Phillips to the pit road. And Jeff Ryan will take over the lead. Jeff Ryan, 48 of 110. Ryan to lead this time by 5-1 of the 20, just behind him. Jeff Ryan's going to run the outside lane. He's going to be able to drop back in, soak up the draft of the 2 drivers ahead of him. Lap times about a second and a half, almost 2 seconds apart from the drivers on new tires to the drivers on older tires. JP Phillips, Mark Jorgensen Jr. going to drop back a few spots here. Brian Macklin, first driver on new tires, is Nick Silver, Wesley Donaldson working. Glazer trying to work his way back forward as well. He came in on 39. Bobby Wetzel to pit road. Jeff Ryan staying out. 50 of 110. He'd have to make it 55 laps. Right now has an 8-second lead to drivers pitting, actually. So Brian Macklin on the newest tires is Jeff Ryan just ahead. Jeff Ryan, 17 and a half seconds. That'll make it happen. Wetzel, Hudson, and Workman coming up pit road. Jeff Ryan, the race leader. As Jorgensen Jr., we're going to try to track down a few drivers ahead of him. David Schildhouse, one of those drivers, seeing the 5-1 roll in the corner. Jorgensen Jr. having a match. RB, thank you for the like. Appreciate you, sir. Three to the 30. Three coming up pit road. 51 is the magic number. Brian Macklin will cycle to the lead as Nick Silver about 9/10 of a second behind it. Both drivers again keep it on 35 and will no doubt try to run as long as they can. 51 is the magic number for all the drivers to be on pit road. Jeff Ryan will no doubt try to make sure that his pit stop is going to be as short as possible on the final pit stop. And no doubt try to run a little bit longer. Tyler Dalton taking over that 10th spot. Stephen Harlow working 37, a time pass behind him. Jorgensen Jr. height. And let's mash the gas. JP Phillips about 2 seconds the gap between them. The 04 just ahead is going to be Doug Sigmund. 04 keep it up near the wall. A pack of drivers not too far back here as well. Carries Joey Gentina. Came in and served his penalty. He's fine. Kogar's going to be there with the 98. And a lot can happen over the course of this racetrack as the 30 leads 9/10 of a second. Drivers trying to work their way back around, get back on the lead lap. Mark Schrader just behind. Schrader in tow of the 30 of Brian Macklin. EJ O'Rourke, Bentley Glazer. Glazer again came in on 39. Chad Coleman on the inside. Glazer trying to work some magic. And just managing as they go. Pop, what's going on, brother? Hello to you. Good to see you out there. And check it in on chat. Check it in on chat. Hope chat is doing well. 1st and 2. That's what we're going to see. 2 green flag pit stops. Unless somebody can manage. 55 underway. We'll be halfway this next time by. Good to see you all running. Again, sorry about missing chat there. Hello, hello. I love hearing and seeing all the dang old comments. So keep your comments a-flying. You know what I mean? Pop, I don't know if you've seen the banner inside my Discord now, though, but that'll go away at some point. Cut back on the spending. All right, we're going to throw a Excited Cam on. We're going to hydrate, folks. Make sure you're hydrated. Grab your popcorn. We've got half the race down, half the race ready to go. Still left to go. And we'll keep kicking butt, taking names. All right, we'll see you in a moment. I'll be right back. After no messages, no sponsors, just straight up racing. Be right back. Oh, thank you for letting me stretch my legs. There's Wesley Donaldson back in 12th as the 19 down below him. Bentley Glazer, the pole sitter, sits back in that back into that 14th spot. 13 spots the difference on his start. Tommy Ryan out front. Having Mark Jorgensen Jr. trying to track him down. Jorgensen again in on 48. Justin Fuller to 4th. Love the banner. Looking forward to the weekend fun. It's going to be good. It's going to be a good weekend. Again, we have the Toys for Tots series. That's going to kick off on Sunday evening. We've got the championship race for a Sunday Fun Day series, Sunday morning. Outside of that, we're just going to be chilling. Banner's pretty cool. Gotta like it. If you have not seen what's happening on our end, it's going to be fun. It's going to be some changes made. Tommy Ryan, 1.6 the gap. Came out on 46. Has good clean air right now. Jorgensen trying to track him down. Ryan Macklin on a good spot. Justin Fuller himself. It's gotten spread out enough as we complete 68 of 110. You know the drivers are going to be looking for any kind of place here, any kind of magic. If you want to take part, sounds like I have a free day on Saturday. I have a free day tomorrow, a free day Friday, a free day Saturday. Well, we're going to be doing some stuff. We got a lot of stuff we're doing. Well, I say a lot of days that are free right now. So, we're gonna hit the megathon hard because we kind of need to. We've basically become a full-time content creator for the next little while. We be boldin', folks. We be boldin'. That's the best way to put it. All right, check in on the field. Let's talk about Bentley Glazer again. He's got Robert Fryer in third, trying to track him down. Glazer going to match what he's got, 47-45 on the eye, ready for that driver. Battlefield, be our Friday or Saturday. I don't own Battlefield. I don't own it, folks. I don't own it. Not yet. It is. I believe I have a wish listed. Double check. I've been watching. I watched Peanut and Tim and Nick Merckx and a few other, and who was it? Shroud. They were all playing earlier today, and it was. I watched them for a little bit. It's pretty stinking cool, right? Oh, the Battle Royale is free. Oh, well, there you go. There you go. I didn't know it was free. Hold on. Is it called? It's called Red Sec, right? Oh, let's okay. Hold on. Let's not play a video that we don't hear. 1.3 the gap. Okay. All right. Well, I've added it to the library. Mostly negative, it says. Is it Battlefield Red Sec? Is that the Battle Royale? Why is it mostly negative? Not recommended, not recommended, not recommended. Recommended, recommended, not recommended. Jeez, oh Pete, man. $3,498 negative reviews, 2,470 positive reviews. Mostly negative. That's why is it mostly negative? It didn't matter. You see, Tim was playing NASCAR 25 today. So, yes, he had. So, NASCAR 25, iRacing did a great thing, and NASCAR did a great thing by getting content creators out there, big name content creators, to get out there and do a stream team, which is basically people who do not play NASCAR 25 or iRacing or anything like that. They got 8 of them to get out there and compete for $100,000 today, and it was absolutely insane. I kind of wish that they had gotten bigger influencers to the actual the iRacing spectrum. You know what I mean? Had them race those guys that the people who were playing NASCAR 25 and whatnot. It would have been really cool to be able to see them have competition that, like, people who don't race against people who do race, if that makes any sense. Justin Fuller trying to track him down, 3.18 back as David Schildhouse rolls in 4. JP Phillips, Nelson Rivera coming to pit road. So the second of the 2 pit stops coming in for a lot of the drivers. We're going to start seeing that happening today. Yeah, it's really cool. It was a great idea. And good on NASCAR for reaching out to him. But I really think that NASCAR needs to know that their demographic isn't people that are Tim the Tapman. Now, from a marketing standpoint, it's pretty cool. And I love Tim. I love Tim the Tapman. Tim is like one of my top 3 streamers that I would pick up and I would watch any day of the week. He and Nick Merckx, I like Nick Merckx. We're all about the same age, and I think that's what draws me to them. And that's part of the allure of the way it is. So you kind of just have to make sure it is what it is. You know what I mean? All the great things of NASCAR. J-Dub, what's up? Thank you for subscribing, sir. I appreciate you. So I want to see more out of it. I really do. So NASCAR, if you're listening, iRacing, if you're listening, you've got drivers in every one of these leagues that have a lot of fun, and we would love to see something more catered to and put out the PR that you're seeing as well. You know what I mean? We'd love to see more when it comes to your immediate community. Justin Fuller taking over the lead. David Schildhouse will be second. Tommy Ryan into pit road. Jorgensen Jr. leaving pit road. Going to be right where he needs to be. So Tommy Ryan, who had a good enough lead there and saw it leveling out, is going to see Mark Jorgensen Jr. leave pit road here. Going to cycle to the lead when this thing goes back to it. 30 laps to go this next time by. Justin Fuller, your race leader. Fuller will come to pit road. It's a very tough pit road to get onto. To lock it down. Big wiggle out of the front of the truck. He'll cycle around. Bobby Wetzel doing what he can. He's going to lead. We see 30 to go here at Chicagoland. think it was amazing that iRacing reached out to make it grow. But yes, it would have been interesting to see some known racers be a part of it. Yep. I agree. I think it's a great idea. On the outset of that, I think what is a great idea can be done better. Tommy Ryan up to speed, trying to track down Mark Jorgensen Jr. Mark Jorgensen Jr. cycling out in front of Tommy Ryan there just by pitting a lap earlier. But Tommy Ryan's going to have a little bit fresher tire here. 29 laps to go. We'll see how that'll fare out. That's Fuller cycling. Justin Fuller, when it comes to his cycle, he came out on 80. Could be behind Nelson Rivera, came out on 76. Brian Workman's still there as well. 79 for Tommy Ryan Jorgensen Jr. Panero coming to pit road. Got to wiggle that thing down. It was a great idea. Still want to see it. Still want to see iRacing care about. I say iRacing as a company, NASCAR 25. Some of the best racers you've got out there are drivers just like the ones you see on the racetrack. 99 to the inside of the 88. Fastest lap of the race just ran by Tommy Ryan at 30.85. Goes to throw it to the corner. Side draft from the 88. 99 to throttle out. 27 laps to go. 88's going to be free, but down to side draft. 99 trying to clear 88, trying to chase him down. 99 all the way up. This is a slider time. 99 is going to be able to be there. 88 is going to be right on that back bumper. Got the booty. Into the wall a little bit. Bobby Wetzel, still your race leader. Brian Macklin in second. Nick Silver is going to be in third. Bobby Wetzel trying to make it work. But I like seeing Tim the Tab Man get out there and wheel with like the rest of us. I really do. Who else was there? Hold on, let me look it up. There was some really big names out there. So the Creator Series had Tim the Tatman Courage, of course. He was teammates with Tim the Tatman. Your Rage was out there. Emeru and Extra Emily, they were teammates. Asian Double O was out there as well. Ray Asian Boy and Stable Ronaldo was out there. And what they're going to expect. So they launched on October 29th. Which was following the release of NASCAR 25 from the iRacing Series. The NASCAR 25 Creator Series will feature multiple races per event and celebrate standout performances with season-end accolades, including Most Valuable Driver. Fans also can participate by voting for the favorite driver throughout the season. Competitors will vie for a $100,000 team grand prize with an additional $20,000 distributed in performance bonuses at the end of the season. Fans can expect 32 live streams across creator channels, 100 plus social activations, including highlights, behind the scenes, and fan clips. NASCAR.com coverage and exclusive NASCAR social posts about the official broadcast on NASCAR's Twitch channel, which I didn't know that they had, by the way. And then custom creator racing suits on stream assets. 9 coming to pit road, 23 laps to go. And we'll cycle out. Brian Macklin will lead. Brian Macklin in on 72. A 1.1 second deficit between he and Tommy Ryan. Mark Jorgensen Jr. into that bottom lane to 99, trying to work the way up on the outside lane. 88 trying to salvage and cycle. Slide up to the back bumper. Nick Silver looking to try to close it as well. The 8 just ahead. That is Randy Yoakum. Came in on 80. Be trying to cycle to the lead as Brian Macklin sees the 99 to the 88 working. Brian Macklin still trying to do what he can here. 99 to the outside. 11 lead changes over the course of this race. 88 slides the corner as Tommy Ryan goes to the lead now. That lead change will be official when he comes to the line. It was definitely a unique opportunity to see it happen and how it could open doors for new racers. I hope it does. I really do. The 9 getting his lap back. That is Bobby Wetzel. Randy Yoakum coming around as well. Well, trying to get his lap back. Now you see Tommy Ryan. Jorgensen Jr., Tommy Ryan down at the bottom. We'll see the 9 carry momentum. The 9 will push the inside as the new tires go to crest out. Bobby Wetzel back on the lead lap. Randy Yoakum's going to be in tow. The 99 to the bottom side. Trying to continue to just carry speed. Yoakum to the back bumper of the 88. Big run down to the back straightaway. The 8 and the 88 side by side. 88 was at the wall a little bit there. 99 up near the wall himself here. Will try to keep the 8 at bay, but the 8 on newer tires trying to work. Big separation. Jorgensen Jr. trying to find a hole here around the 8. And the 04 just ahead with a 4. Randy Yoakum with a run to the inside of the 99. The 04 there as well. This is a pit for Jorgensen Jr. if he can make it work. 99 to throw down. A little bit free on the corner. All the way to the bottom side of the racetrack. The 88 with a big run. Justin Fuller. 1.8 back. 17 laps to go. Tommy Ryan. But hold on for his life. Big battle all the way up front. Good racing. Chad Coleman up 5. E.J. O'Rourke about a second back from there. This race is spread out. Last driver on the lead lap is just ahead of your race leaders. And now goes a lap down was Mike Montezi. Randy Yoakum on newer tires. Going to see that happen. 4 managing just behind. Chad Coleman. E.J. O'Rourke, Wesley Donaldson does have the 19 of Tyler Dalton to the inside. We'll see Bentley Glazer back still in 14th here. Came out on 79, trying to work his way forward with these drivers. Maybe trying to find his way around these drivers. Jorgensen Jr., 2/10 of a second behind Tommy Ryan. Tommy still trying to manage the gap. 16 laps to go. It'll be 15 at the line as the 99 gets a little sideways out of the corner. Stable truck behind him in the form of the 88, who's just trying to soak up the draft right now to develop a run, backing up the corner and try to make it happen. Jorgensen going to get a little extra on the throttle. Tell you what, Tommy did a great job in that corner. Sometimes slow is fast in this corner, in each one of these corners. And if you can back up the corner and rotate late on the exit, that's what you're going to need to see. And right now you'll see the 44 just ahead. That's Glenn Campbell. Joey Gitina back on pit road. Sigmund's leaving pit road as well. Joe Hudson trying to manage behind the 41. Joe Hudson came in on 78. Montezi, his driver, he is tracking down. The 99 to the 44. 44 just behind. Tommy Ryan trying to manage 44 with a little bit of a side draft. Gives a lot of room to Jorgensen Jr. 7/10 of a second. 13 laps to go. Justin Fuller has now caught the front row here. Schildhouse right behind him. 44 up on the wall. Glenn Campbell trying to keep it arcing out. Maybe Fuller slid the 44 there. Almost not clear, but holy cow, that was incredible. He had to trust the process and trust the ability to be clear. Sheesh. These two trying to work their way forward. Schildhouse to Fuller. Jorgensen Jr. just ahead. 12 laps to go. They're running about a 10th and a half lap faster than Mark Jorgensen Jr. So who are my three champions this weekend? I am rooting for Corey Heim in the trucks, Connor Zilich in the Xfinity Series, and Kyle Larson is who I'm rooting for the championship. Do I think that's who is going to win for the championship? I think Corey Heim can go out and dominate. I think Justin Allgaier is really good at Phoenix as well. That's gonna be who I kind of choose. It's kind of who I'm gonna be seeing. So we'll make sure that I'm gonna keep up with it. I'm gonna keep up on who's doing what. Shieldhouse working. There's EJ O'Rourke. A little wall tap for him there. Chad Coleman sits at 9th. Nelson Rivera moving forward as well. Jorgensen Jr. about 9/10 of a second now as Tommy Ryan can step away. And I tell you what, Jorgensen is trying his darndest to find a little bit more speed out of that truck. As the 99 with clean air is doing great. Look at that run into the corner. We'll see corner exit. High lane on 1 and 2 for Jorgensen is really good, but 3 and 4, that kind of belongs to Tommy Ryan, but they're closing in. 9 laps to go. Shieldhouse, the second back from Mark Jorgensen Jr. You have the 4 of Montezi just ahead. Montezi keeping on 71. If Christopher Bell was in the Cup Series playoffs, I was going to be rooting for Christopher Bell. Kyle Larson is my driver. I prefer him over all the drivers out there. But it's going to be good. I like it. Tommy Ryan, 9/10 of a second. Jorgensen Jr. trying to track it down. 8 laps to go. David Shieldhouse in third. Looking for the back bumper to the 88. A little bit of lap traffic coming up. 5-1 there as well. New tires coming out on the bottom side. Joey Jatina. Roland, sir. Roland. He's got a rawhide moment. You guys tell me who you're rooting for. I want to know who you're rooting for. If I had to make picks, I've been wrong. I'm rooting for him doesn't mean he's my pick. I guess that's the big thing. 74 coming around as well. We'll see Jorgensen 8/10 of a second. The difference. A second back still Shieldhouse to Jorgensen Jr. Justin Fuller half second back from David Shieldhouse. You're picking Honeycutt, Allgaier, and Byron. I think Willie B is going to have an issue. I would love to see Byron get a win. He's deserving just like anybody else. He had an incredible season. And like that season, 6 laps to go. This is getting interesting. 99 to the back bumper to the 32. Joey Jatina down on the bottom side. 3 wide. 99 having to back up the corner. Needs to follow through. Has Randy Yoakum there. Rick Swavely right behind it. Rebounded his day. Kind of wish he could have had the opportunity. 5 laps down. And I hate it for him. Dayton Honeycutt's a good driver too. I got to pick a Toyota. 8. Oh, into the wall. Big swing. Tommy Ryan had to check out. 5 laps to go. 3/4 of a second separating 2 of the drivers here. Rick Swavely just ahead, 88. There's the 8 to the bottom. David Shieldhouse now in tow. Shieldhouse trying to clear. Justin Fuller rolling into the corner. Nick Silver not too far off himself. Every one of these drivers putting on a show. Tyler Dalton, Chad Coleman. They were going at it there for a hot minute. Still going at it right now. 4 laps to go. This is for 9th. 41 of EJ O'Rourke finds himself in tow as well. A second now the gap. 3 laps to go. Jorgensen Jr. in a rock and a hard spot. That's a whole lot of traffic there. And here comes Shieldhouse. The battle for second about to be on. The 8 to the 32. The 20 clears. Shieldhouse trying to pull one away from Mark Jorgensen Jr. half second of the gap. Tommy Ryan ought to make it 2 laps to go. He'll do it 2 to go at Chicagoland. Jorgensen Jr. 1.1 back. Schildhouse trying to roll. He won by Hamlin, says RB. I understand that one. Tommy Ryan out of the corner. Out of 3 and 4. Onto the front straight. We'll see it. White flag waves. Final lap. SIM500. Tommy Ryan. Strategy call. Jorgensen Jr. to David Schildhouse. Is Tommy Ryan. The final time out of 3 and 4. Week 17 goes to the 99. Tommy Ryan gets the win in celebratory style. Tommy Ryan, your winner here at Chicagoland. First win of the season. And does so with a long green flag run. Jorgensen Jr. will finish second. Schildhouse will finish third. Burn it down, young man. 99 comes home in victory lane here tonight in Chicagoland as Tommy Ryan has a great battle with Mark Jorgensen Jr., David Schildhouse in third, Justin Fuller in fourth, Nick Silver in fifth, J.P. Phillips, Ty Bass, Nelson Rivera, Tyler Dalton, Chad Coleman, your top 10. O'Rourke, Glazer, Macklin, Donaldson, Fryery, the third, your top 15. For Height, Kogar, Wetzel, Hanau, and Harlow, your top 20. Stephen Harlow running up inside that top 5 for the majority of the first part of this race. I tell you what, green flag pit stops showed who could and could not get in and out of pit road as clean as they could. And tonight, tell you what, it was fun to watch and fun to see who had what strategy tonight. Jeff Ryan, Charles Woods, Kevin Stone, Randy Yoka, Mike Montezi. That'll be your top 25. Joe Hudson, Mark Schrader, Joey Chatina, Ryan Workman, Doug Sigmund, your top 30. And then 31st, Glenn Campbell, Hollyfield, Mitchell Whitswavely. And 33rd, Calatoni out 50 laps in. Brandon Guerin, 53 laps down in 35th. So, yeah. Good race. Green to green at Chicagoland with 35 trucks. Not a bad day. Not a bad day. We'll like to see it. We like to move it, move it. We like to move it, move it. We like to move it, move it. We like to move it. How about it? That was a good day. It was a good race. Uh-oh. Am I not sitting in Discord? I'm not sitting in Discord. Click. Come on, click. Jeez, oh Pete, man. I wasn't sitting in their Discord. That's terrible. Where's old Tommy Ryan at? He did a great job. What a great job. Great battles all race long. A little race recap here while we wait for Mr. Tommy Ryan. 12 different lead changes. Tommy, the driver, to be able to do that. Good day. Good solid race line. Definitely a good opportunity, right? That's the way I look at it. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Mm, 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 mhm, mm, 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 mm. There he is. Bring him on up. Congratulations, old Mr. Tommy Ryan, coming home in that victory lane. What a race you had, man. Good battles, good pit stops, um, and good time on everything that you did. Once you got clean air, once you got yourself up there, man, you did it all which ways that you could. Running the outside lane to get around some drivers, especially in the early going, finding track position, finding your way forward, and once you got there, never looked back, man. Congratulations. That was fun to watch.
Yeah, that was a lot of work and, trying to figure out how hard I needed to push it, and I knew when Mark pitted before I did, I said, "Man, I gotta get my tail on pit road," and, came out there right beside him, and of course, he cleared me. I was like, "I cannot let him keep that clean air, I'll be done." So, we went to work, and man, I know that was, uh that was pretty dang fun. Me and him battled, I don't know, it felt like 20 laps, but it was, that was a lot of fun and a lot of respect.
And one of the things that I noticed about it, and this is the track I got my very first win at. As far as mile and a half tracks, so my first one was at Dover, and then Chicagoland, which has been on the service since before it was iRacing. Um,
Mhm.
this racetrack has been near and dear to my heart because it's always provided that defensive racing, right? It's like it's I call it defensive driving because that's what it's like. Whenever you go through driver's ed, folks, you see they tell you defensive driving, and this racetrack produces similar to what Auto Club does, just on a mile and a half circuit.
Yeah, and, hats off to iRacing because they've done some work with the track grip and things like that where you can move around and find some things, like, the top was really not that much really any faster if not slower in the beginning. But after the front tires got a little worn, you could actually and the rear tires would, start to get a little free, you could go up there and make some time, and that's what I did to try to get a run on Mark, which I did, I think at least twice. But man, you melt your tires up there. But, you can use it when you really need to use it. So that's what I was kind of doing. And but yeah, I knew I had one lap fresher tires, and sometimes that's all that you need to make the difference. I knew Mark really pissed off his right front when he dove it down into one and really carried the speed off. And it looked like he got the wall on my end, but he may not have. But after that, I knew if I could get some air on his nose, it was or take the air off his nose, he was going to be maybe in trouble. But I never, I was like, he just sitting back there cooling his tires, and he was going to roll back up there, but never did. That's hard to do, man. Start here with a green flag and end with a checkered flag and be on top with the ranks of some of these guys in here is pretty good.
Well, I mean, you've been pretty good all season long. I mean, you sit fifth in the point standings. Top eight in points didn't change any positions tonight, I mean, with the provisionals and kind of the way the points worked out, that's saying something. So that keeps you. That's your first win this season as well. And that's massive. I mean, you need playoff points. Looking at the championship 12, all those bonus points are going to be massive. So this is momentum. We're getting close. We're really close to the end of this season. And we've got two races left before. I'd say two races left. We've only got a few races left. Now one race left for the playoffs. So I mean, this is good. It's good timing because this is just a little extra to pad some things when you're racing. Looks like probably as a Super 12.
Oh yeah, yeah. The momentum is a good thing, and I mean, I go to the next track just like I came into this one, try to get prepared and learn how to be fast and put your head down and go get it, and try hopefully stay out of trouble. Don't make mistakes. A lot of guys got caught speeding on pit road and things. So just got to be just don't beat yourself.
Yeah, pit road is it's a pain in the tuchus, that's for sure. especially here because it's such a fast pit road for the smaller track. I say small, it feels big, but pit road comes up on you quick, and then you could, and then you're traveling fast down pit road. So, this is the reason why this track should never have left the Cup Series, because it produces good racing, similar to the 1.5-mile circuits that we see today, and then drivers utilizing the curve back straightaway. Like, everything about this racetrack is great, and you guys showcase that tonight.
Yeah, yeah, I'm a fan. I don't mind the 1.5 miles at all. Um, but hey, real Cup guys will be here next year, I believe, is what I
Yep.
heard.
Yep, that's the plan from NASCAR, as long as nothing goes wrong. Hopefully, fingers crossed. There's no, because they haven't touched it in a while. So fingers crossed. There's no track surface issues or anything like that. But off to Echo Park next week. Of course, is Atlanta Motor Speedway. 120 laps. That's super speedway style racing, and anything can happen there. So a win here is good, because next week you have to be on your P's and Q's.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's basically like a little Dega. Anything can happen. You're going to get caught up in everybody else's mistakes. So you just gotta have a little 4-leaf clover in your pocket, and hopefully everything comes out.
Yeah, be rubbing the lucky sock. That's well, depends on what sport you play. Tommy, a pleasure as always, brother. I appreciate you coming up and getting this dang old driver interview done. You had a phenomenal race, and well deserved, and we appreciate you as always, man. Give you shout outs. This is a good victory here at Chicago in week 17.
Yeah, thanks to Northern Tool and Equipment, Jameson Custom Corvette, and of course, series sponsor, the WBD Diecast Customs. So hopefully I'll be talking to you next weekend too. So see you.
I like it, Tommy. We'll see you later, man. That's Tommy Ryan. Dang old P1 tonight. Absolutely magnificent. Kicking butt, taking names, doing what he does. Second tonight's going to be Mark Jorgensen Jr., though. Came in, short pitted, trying to get himself out front to keep himself having that momentum to move forward. And Mark, not a bad day. Started fifth, finished second, kept yourself inside the top 5 early, led some laps. I mean, you led, what does it say? 13 laps. It was a race for you today, man.
Oh yeah, man, it's always a race, man. Every Monday night, Wednesday night, every night, it's always a race. But hey, man, we did good. I mean, we did what we needed to do. I looked at the standings before, I started the race, and kind of saw where I was at, how many points I was to the good of the cut line, and just kind of saw, who was around that. Basically, I mean, you're just wanting to make sure that you finish better than them, right? You just finish ahead of those guys, the points are going to take care of themselves. So I wasn't worried about that. Ran real hard at the early going with JP. Just kind of let some of those guys out front, burn their stuff up, take it easy. Me and JP was running the bottom, and we got to first and second. We started racing. I got by him and started getting loose. He got back by me. Then after that, I was just staying right there with him, trying to take care of the But green flag pit stops was amazing. Some of the guys that was pitting like 35, 34 laps in to the race, something like that, kind of surprised me, and kind of started worrying about that. I was like, man, Macklin might be on something, and I was like, shit, man, he might be way, way out there, and I don't know if I can run him down. And anyways, we just about ran it completely out, and pitted, and fell back, had to run real hard to get back up there. And when I come out of pits, like, I was talking to Fuller and Shieldhouse in the waiting room there, and I mean, Fuller, he thinks he might have got me, maybe by a lap. Maybe I'll give him that. Whenever I come out of pits, I had lap 80 in my mind. I was like, that would give me 30 laps to run down the leader. I really thought Macklin was going to be way too far out there, so that's why I didn't run it dry and come back in to just top it off to the end. I had a lap number in my mind, and Fuller said something about pitting, and I might have pitted one lap too soon, because, like I said, I had 80 in my mind. So he might have got one over on me. I'll let him have that one. It is what it is. It's all for good fun, right? But anyway, Tommy pitted the lap after, so I knew that I was going to be able to jump him. And man, I can't believe that one lap tires made a little bit of a difference. Me and Tommy ran each other hard. It was fun stuff. I enjoyed it. Made some moves to get around some other slower trucks and whatnot. Due to tires and uh, they're towards the end, man. Just lap traffic, man. We talk about this stuff every once in a while on Discord. Some guys will get pretty heated, and we start talking about paying attention to the relative and who you're running around, and there were some lap trucks, man, that was kind of running us leaders really really hard, and it's like, man, there's nothing for y'all to gain. Y'all aren't even on the same lap, and those drivers know who they are, and sometimes I just wish that we'd all learn from our issues and whatnot. But Tommy was able to stretch that gap out to just over a second, and once we got clear of the lap traffic, it just stayed at that 1.1 until we crossed the line. And like I was telling David, I wish we kind of got a little bit more help from the lap traffic. Maybe that finish could have been a little bit closer, but hey, man, I had fun. I loved racing with JP. I loved racing with Tommy. Both of those guys, class acts. I mean, we ran super hard and didn't even put a fender on nobody, so that's always fun.
One of the best things about a racetrack like this is being able to watch you guys go 3, 4, 5 wide, depending on where the surface of the racetrack is. Tire differences, race differences, drivers with, especially kind of looking at this in the early going. If we'd have seen 100 laps out of this, this race had been one pit stop. Everybody had been saving fuel to make sure they could make 50. And the racing kind of would have been stacked up, and I don't know if that would have been good or bad or indifferent in all of it, but to see 110 laps based on this track's history, 45 to 48 laps, you could run 50 laps, you could run 52 laps if you really wanted to, but the 45 to 48 lap mark is a good pit cycle. We saw some drivers come in earlier than that, and they're when you can make it toward the end and make it make 2 green flag pit stops, go green to checkered, that's a good night in itself, especially for the amount of talent we saw tonight.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and I don't know, number was great, and there was no just kind of run your own race, or your tires. Like I said, some guy, there was a lot of different strategy, man. Guys pitting in the lap 30s and 40s and whatnot. And, man, just tires made a huge difference. And, you want to run hard to get the lead, but that if you do that, you're just going to start sliding. You're going to burn that right rear off. And that's kind of what I was fighting. I'm more of a bottom feeder. And, when I start looking in my mirror for guys that are catching, kind of seeing what lane they're running, at that point, moving around and running top and serve and what, but there's others that can drive these things sideways a little bit better than me, and Tommy was one of those tonight, and man, that was just super fun, man. And I'm just kind of going back and forth eating my dinner, just kind of playing some things back in my head, but to go caution free, man, I mean, like I said, I know we can do it. The group of guys are good, and sometimes we just got to settle down. And I don't know, man, I want to go on a limb and say that these hotter tracks, slicker tracks, a little bit loose of a handling truck. I wish we kind of did some of that on Monday night. If the stuff drove off the right rear a little bit, maybe it would clean up some things on Monday night. But, it's so gripped up in the next gen cars that everybody's on top of each other, and, there's really no give and take and whatnot. But, it's nice to come over here on Wednesday night and drive these things and kind of let it hang out a little bit. And I mean, you already know whenever you hit the grid, who you're going to be racing, contending for the win, right? And you just got to make sure that you don't mess up. You got to make sure that you hit your marks. You get on pit road, off and on pit road, get to your pit box. You got to make sure that don't try to snooker you or anything like that. Like I said, I give him that one, David. Okay, all right, buddy. He got me by 1 lap. I'll let him have that. But no, it's all for good fun, man. I really thought that once I got ahead of Tommy that I'd be able to hold him off, but hey, man, he earned it, man. He willed it. I ran him tight. I try to pin him in behind Silver there. I can't remember what lap it was. It was like 80 something, 86, 87, something like that. I tried to pin him behind Nick on the bottom going through 1 and 2, and Nick started sliding up the track, and I kind of had to get some wheel out of it. We split Nick 3 wide, and after that point, Tommy kind of had the preferred lane going into 3 on the bottom, and I just tried to do what I can to just run them tight, throw it in there, and just hope it stuck. And yeah, he cleared me whatever lap it was, and I got back to the inside, and at that point he was on the outside, so I knew that I was basically beat. But it was fun, man. We keyed up in race and having a blast, man. That's what it's all about, man. Yeah, it's fun. It's awesome winning, but when you can race guys like that, like I said, man, me and JP like a son of a gun at the early going, me and Tommy at the late going. Like I said, man, we did not touch each other, so I mean, that's always fun.
It's what makes racing on Wednesday nights fun for me to call as well, man. Mark, I gotta get to David, brother. I'm gonna let you give your
man, come on, hold on now.
Yeah, well, we want to make sure we get them. Like they having you in the. Hey, I mean, he's probably listening, going, you know what, this guy. No.
Well, that's what he gets for finishing behind me. 3rd place. I mean, if he would have won the dang race, you could have gone first, David. And hey, guess what, David? You've been in bed by now if you won the race. But guess what, buddy? I finished ahead of you. I'm gonna get my TV time. All right.
Love it. I love it. I always love it. I always do. But brother, it was an amazing race. Atlanta next week. That's
yep.
That's we're going super speedway racing on the 1.5-mile circuit. So
oh man,
you better be nice to David, because you guys might have to work together a little bit.
No, we might have to do a little bit together, Jason. But it's always a blast, brother. Like I said, man, if I can't win the race, I just try to finish top 3 so I can give me a little interview with you. It's always fun talking to you, kind of telling my story and kind of listening to it from your perspective. I was worried that maybe Fuller and David was going to get by me there, and man, I just tried to do what I could, try to minimize my mistakes to keep the truck underneath me. But great race. I'm glad that we put a clean race. It's been a while, and we did it, so that's always nice. But anyways, I'd like to thank SIM500, all the admins, for what they do. Taking time out of their day to day to put this stuff on for us, give us a place to call home to race. Jason, you at Signature Esports, brother. I don't give a dang what anybody says, man. You are the best of the best. I love that you do this on your own. And I'm sure there's some other stuff behind the scenes and whatnot that I don't know about, but by far the best, man. I enjoy talking to you. I love going back and watching it next to the Smoking Hot Wife, which I'll be doing that here in a minute. And, before we get to that little extracurricular activity, or maybe vice versa, we might do a little something first. But anyways, we'll be tuning in. So anybody watching, like them, love them, share them, follow them, get the word out. Jason, I appreciate what you do for us. But WBD Diecast for sponsoring this season in the trucks on Wednesday night. Huge thank you to Wesley Donaldson for doing that. John Fowler, Complete Graphics, for painting this truck. It was fast, looked fast. Can't wait to see what he's got in store for next season for the truck. I'm sure it's going to be a banger. Tommy on the win, man. Like I said, that was fun stuff. I really wish JP was up there to battle with us also. That was a blast from those two guys. And all right, Fuller, give it to you again, brother. If you didn't hear me the first go around, maybe you had to get some Q-tips and kind of clean that BS out of your ears, but you snookered me by 1 lap. I'll give you that. But nah, it's all fun, man. I enjoy the heck out of Justin and David, and it's fun, man. They make you get up on the wheel, and I'm constantly learning. And I feel like I've learned so much just by watching Justin and going back and watching podcasts and see that he's running compared to everybody else, man. I mean, the guy's good. There's reasons that Justin and David are already locked in prior to this, basically at the start of this race. I think Fuller locked himself in after the win last week at IRP, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, man, we go to Echo Park next week. I haven't even taken a look at the points, but we'll go to Echo Park and we'll battle like we always do, and we'll let everything shake out how they fall, and hopefully I'm in the top 12 and we can battle for something decent by the end of the season.
Oh, it'll be fun next week, but it could be frustrating. It is a super speedway. Point standings, you're 11th. You're 15 points above Nelson, who's in 12th. And that puts you 25 points above Stephen Miles, who's 13th. And we know Stephen likes his super speedway. So that's
Oh,
some.
we got him covered. I'm covered. I was listening, but we got him. I ain't worried about him.
There you go. That's what it needs to be. So 11 of the point standings, you gain a spot, and that's a good day. It's a good day to finish second. Mark, always a pleasure. Tell the missus I say hello, and enjoy your night, sir. I'll see you next week.
All right, I sure do appreciate it, Jason. Take care.
That's Mark Jorgensen Jr. P2 tonight, and good people always come with positive attitudes, and he's got the best attitude you're ever going to see. Speaking of attitudes, Mr. David Schildhouse, the other driver, has the best attitude you're ever going to see. And David Schildhouse comes home P3. I thought you and Fuller were working together there for a moment to catch him. And I thought maybe you guys were going to pull a fast one on me. And then all of a sudden things were just all, it was stalled.
Oh, listen, man, this race probably needed to be about 160 laps in length for us to, I think, to fight for the win. Listen, man, you saw where I started, 31st. Mm-hmm. Fuller and I had an agreement earlier today that we were not going to practice. We were not going to qualify, right? We were already locked in. We were just going to have some fun tonight, see how many people we could pass, and try to have fun tonight. I will tell you, we both had a blast tonight. I know he doesn't get an interview tonight, but he'll tell you he had a blast tonight as well. But he qualified. He broke the pact.
Oh, no.
And, yeah, he qualified. Now, he'll sit here and say that we didn't have an agreement, but it is proven in my Discord, timestamped and everything, earlier today. He said, I will watch you make your qualifying lap, then I will go out to match it. Now, Jason, I didn't make a qualifying lap, so I don't know what he was doing out there, what he was trying to match, because there was nothing to match, because I didn't run a lap. So that is why he faded back on the start. He felt bad about it. He said he wasn't going to take an EOL, but he would just fade back at the green. So that's why he faded on back, came back there to where I was, and then we just drove through the field together. And it was a blast. It was a lot of fun. Executed 2 great green flag pit stops, and he pulled the most incredible mind heist I've ever seen performed on another human being in sim racing ever, by getting Mark Jorgensen to come down pit road 2 laps before he wanted to. I don't care what Jorg says. I don't care. He got. He got. It's proven, because he sat there and cried to us, he didn't get me. I was going to pit on lap 80 no matter what. Well, he pitted on lap 78 immediately after Foley said that he was pitting. That 88 yanked a hard left like they were giving away free hot dogs on pit road, and he was prime eating down there. And I don't want to hear it from him. He got. I almost fell out of the seat laughing my rear end off. It was so good. And I've never seen somebody get played like a fiddle quite like that in a competitive race ever. Fantastic stuff. Top tier stuff.
Yeah, he said he got he might have got whatever he was giving his driver interview. Yeah. I was like, I don't know what you're referring to, but it's okay. He's like, but Fuller, yeah, I think you got me. Yeah. I was like, now I have the reference, and now I have the rest of it. So that's pretty awesome, man. That was it's crazy to think, crazy to see. Hold on just a second, Budgie. Got a little drop frame. Hold on just a second. Let me make sure we're locked in here. Something's going on. Hold on, chat, if you're still listening. Yeah, you're still listening. Hold on just a second. Little bit of something going on. It's the dango weather patterns happening.
Yeah, you'll have that in big time broadcasting.
Well, we also, we have Spectrum, and a lot of what they have going on is down in hurricane sector right now. It's been amazing. I don't know what's going on. Hold on. It's trying to catch back up, and I don't know what the world is happening here. Hold on, folks. Give me a second. I promise it'll be okay. Everything's catching back up. Anyway, all right. we'll continue the driver interview. It'll still be up on the VOD. There's lots of things still happening here, and yeah, that's really, really, really weird. I don't know, David. There's a lot when it comes to this racetrack. Anyway, there's so many different facets, different points, different places to try to race, different places try to make passes, but also, I mean, Jorgensen was talking about lap traffic. You had drivers that were passing you from behind and drivers that you were trying to pass in front of you.
It's always an element when you get into those longer races that you just have to sort of be aware. And I'll say there's a couple times where I came up off of 4 and was like, all right, I'm a shortcut and run down the apron. I looked up and there's somebody hauling the mail on freshies behind me. So never mind. I'll just keep it up here. You go on by. So it does happen quick. It's not quite as dramatic as some other racetracks, but I was telling Fuller before this, like, or Jorg. I was telling Jorg before, it just takes a small element of awareness. I think as long as everyone has a small element of awareness about them, we're going to avoid a lot of the stuff that could go wrong. And tonight, obviously, we did a pretty good job. No cautions. This was one of the most fun truck races of the entire season from where I sat. The truck drove incredible. Like, this was one of those rare combos where it was on the right rear, but it wasn't out of control on the right rear. It was controllable. You could drive through the looseness on exit and still carry speed. And it was just fun, man. It just drove really fun. I wish it drove like this all the time. We used to be on the right rear and life was good. Now we're on the right front and life is bad. But so when we do get to live this right rear life again, I love it. It's the most fun that I can have while doing this stuff. Battling with great guys throughout the night, but battling with Fuller and trying to reel in Jorg and make him sweat a little bit. Like, yeah, that's about as good as it gets. And, you know, we're just trying to enjoy ourselves before we get down to the playoffs and the top 12 and, you know, get after it for those final 5 races and determine a champion. But great showing tonight. Truck race was a lot of fun. And I'm really proud of everybody for going green for 110 laps and having a really compelling finish on top of that. Great battles throughout the field. I don't know what else you could ask for.
I mean, you really can't. It was a great race, no matter how you look at it. So it was fun for me. At least it was fun for me. For anybody who thought it different, well then, shame on you. Shame on you. It was a good race. It also could be that I updated OBS prior to today's race as well, and this could be an OBS issue, just so everybody knows. Because I'm literally sitting at 18K kbps, and I'm still dropping frames. So I don't understand what's going on out there. So if you're seeing stutters out there, apologies. It's got to be something going on with OBS, because that is the only change that it's had. So if you're seeing stutters or you're hearing stutters after the fact, we thank you. Schildhouse gives great interviews. Jorgensen gives great interviews. Tommy gave a great interview. This is what we do when it comes to not just Wednesday night racing, just what we do over here. So, but as always, David, fantastic run, fantastic race. I get to go out and do some super speedway racing next week. Jorg is trying to make the playoffs next week, so and he's got some stiff competition close at hand. And with the size of the fields you guys have had, you know, there's going to be some duking it out, I think.
I was looking at the points. I think he's okay. I really do. I think he's not locked, but I think he's pretty safe. I think he was 20-something points over the cut line at this point. I think it's down to Nelson, Miles, and EJ. I think it's really between those 3 to make that final spot. Miles wasn't here tonight, which was pretty detrimental for his hopes. But I really think it's between those 3 unless something goes catastrophically wrong for Jorg, which could happen. It's drafting style racing. Anything could happen. But I think that he's probably in a pretty good spot. I really do think that it's Nelson, Miles, and EJ that are the 3 fighting for that last spot. But hell, we'll go out there and give it our best shot, mix it up, have some fun again, and enjoy one last week of non-playoff pressure racing before we really tune it up and get after it for the Triple Crown Drive. Jason, we're still alive. We're still alive in that thing, man. We're still trying to do it.
Isn't that crazy? That's not crazy. It's what needs to happen. David, as always, a pleasure. 28 spots gained, most gained by everybody. Of course, I know you didn't qualify, but it's still. I mean, you had to come from somewhere, and that's what you did, man. So congratulations, of course. Give a shout outs, brother. That was a ton of fun to watch.
Thank you. Yeah, plus 28 on the day is great. Really happy with that. Big thank you to Splash and Go Graphics, of course, for giving me great looking race truck. Every time we go out and do this thing, the purple and black was really, really good looking here in Joliet tonight. Everybody at twitch.tv/Shieldhouse. The children were having fun tonight, enjoying the mind games that were going on there. I got a kick out of that. We all enjoyed that a ton. WBD Diecast Customs for their support of the league. And, of course, you, the Signature Esports Network, for the incredible coverage as always. Really excited to have you back next year covering the Cup Series. Found out about that this week, so really excited about that. Love the way you cover what we do here at SIM500. Very appreciative for you and everything that you do for us, Jason. So thank you for that. And, yeah, man, look forward to seeing you next week at Atlanta.
It's going to be a blast. Echo Park is everybody's nemesis anymore, so we'll see if that truck is going to be free in the corners, because that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking to see.
Bring it. I ain't scared of a loose truck. I don't care what speed we're going. Give me loose. Better than tight any day of the week.
Love it. All right, brother. We'll check at you later. Good luck at the rest of your races this week, sir.
Thank you, sir. We'll see you next week.
That's David Shieldhouse coming on P3 tonight, and I think everything's settled out. Rick says, I think that Mad Men on Freshies was you. Rick, I was waiting. You were on Freshies and early going, trying to get yourself back, get a lap back, and it was insane. It was insane to watch. You guys did a great job. Everybody did a great job. So yeah. So, it was interesting. I don't know what happened there when it came to the internet, or it was the internet or encoding, or me talking crap on OBS 32.0.2, which is the newest update that OBS just presented. So I have to take a look and see. Yeah, it's going to be changed. So we love the racing, folks. We love all of our leagues. We love being able to do this. And yes, SIM500 for the Cup Series next year. That is what we're going to be doing. It's going to be on Monday nights. We will be, of course, part of the Wednesday night series. They have their Wednesdays have been cyclical. So they did the Xfinity series prior to the Truck Series, and they ran this Truck Series through it. And next year it's going to be a Gen 4 series on Wednesday. So that's going to be fun. Because they've had fun. I've had fun watching them run the what is it called? The Midnight Thunder series, which they are no longer doing. Currently, they're taking some time to go back and go to the drawing board and let the Midnight Thunder series get back and rolling like it does. It's just, during the fall time, it's hard to keep something going that is at a certain specific time slot, and so you just readjust and go back at it. And the Midnight Thunder series will be back again, probably closer to after the turn of the year, and when they figure out what they're going to run and what they're going to change to and what they're going to do, if they're going to do anything. So no matter how you look at it, it's going to be fun, and we like it. So between Amp Racing, SIM500, Chop Chop Racing, and of course our own leagues over here, Signature Esports, you can't take anything for granted. Every one of these drivers are valuable, and their time is valuable, and we want to make sure that we give a good enough product to be able to make sure that each one of these drivers have a good time, and every one of them deserve to be covered. So that's what we did. That's what we do. I tell you what, Chicagoland, the Joliet track is absolutely a blast, and I cannot wait to see NASCAR go there next season. It's going to be awesome to watch, and I'm going to be thrilled about it. We will end the streams everywhere, folks. So we thank you all very much for being out there. Thank you to WBD Diecast, thank you to SIM500, of course. Thank you to all of our partners, sponsors, and affiliates of every league that deals with iRacing. For every league, no matter which league we call for, those partners and sponsors deserve all the credit in the world, because they put their money out there to help these leagues continue to run and be funded. Outside of that, we'll be back to marathon streaming tomorrow. We will be live like we have always been live, and we're gonna This will be the last day. We had almost 200 hours added to the timer by accident, and so I've taken some of that time to change some things about what I'm doing and change some things about what I've been seeing. So, and not just that, but we did an OBS update today. We have a new character for our gaming streams and for the Megathon. Since I'm going to be less on camera, we've got something special coming tomorrow. So twitch.tv/Signature Esports. If you want to check out what's going on there, you can laugh and have a good time with us. And we're going to get some streaming done. So we appreciate everybody being out there. Of course, and always, thank you so much to each and every one of you. If you want to support our Megathon stream and support what I'm doing and what I'm going through when it comes to cancer, you can do so by hitting !donate or !tip out there on Twitch. And that'll be able to take you over to help us out. If you want to know what's going on, !FCancer, and then add on top of all of that, and orbital meningioma as well, and then all the cancer treatments that we're going through, that I'm personally going through, and that'll be how it is. So we love y'all. We appreciate y'all, and as always, please be good, be safe, be kind to one another. It's the most important factor of life. Budgie, I love you. You're an amazing human being, and thank you very much. You give sweet peace and love for me. Tell the husband I said hello, and of course, and always, thank you to all of our fans, all the new subscribers, all the people that follow us everywhere. I can't thank you enough. You guys are amazing. So, like, follow, subscribe, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. That's the best way to do it. We'll see you soon. Peace.